So we're looking at two multi-step equations, but we're going to have special cases for our answers. Now, if you're not familiar with solving multi-step equations, please see my video, Solving Multi-Step Equations, Variables on one side, and Solving Multi-Step Equations, Variables on both sides. Because I'm going to solve these equations the same way as I did in those other videos, except I'm going to get a special case for my answer. So let's start on this first problem and see what happens with our answer here. All right. So as always, with solving multi-step equations, I want to combine my like terms on the same side. So I have 8x minus 9x. 8 minus 9 gives me negative 1, so that will be negative x. I bring down this plus 6 because I did not use it. My like terms here are 2 and negative 15 because they're a constant. So when I combine those, I get 2 minus 15, which is a negative 13. I'm going to bring down my negative x because I did not use it. But then it's going to be a minus 13. Now, next I want to combine my like terms. So I'm going to combine my terms with the x. So since this is a minus x, I'm going to add x to both sides. And what do you notice here? This will cancel out negative 1x plus 1x and negative x plus x. Both of these give us 0. They have no value. They cancel out. So I'm left with a 6 on my left-hand side and a negative 13 on the other side. This is not a true statement. 6 can never equal negative 13. So my solution to this equation is that there is no solution. So when you're solving your multi-step equations, if your variables cancel out and you're left with an untrue statement or a false statement, then your answer is there is no answer. Your answer is that there is no solution because this is a false statement. Okay? Now let's look at this one here. Again, combining our like terms, x minus 3x, that gives me negative 2x. Bring down this minus 4. And my like terms over here are negative 3 and negative 1. But I'm going to bring down at negative 2x first. Doesn't matter, I just like to write my terms with the variables first. So negative 3 minus 1 gives us negative 4. And again, if you have this written as negative 4 minus 2x, that is the same thing because you have the same terms. But now what have you noticed here? It's the same. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to combine my like terms. Okay. Combine my x's. And again, negative 2 plus 2 cancels out. Negative 2 plus 2 cancels out. I get 0. So my variable cancels out again, but I'm left with a true statement. Negative 4 does equal negative 4. So my answer is all real numbers. So this type of problem is called an identity problem. And an identity problem is basically any real number is a solution to this equation. So my answer to this is all real numbers, or we can abbreviate it ARN. All right. So we have our two special cases. In both cases, your variables will cancel out, but when you're left with a false statement, it is no solution. When you're left with a true statement, it is all real numbers. And on this one here, if you already notice that your terms are the same on each side, you can already say your answer is all real numbers. All right. So that is my multi-step equations, special cases.